is historically connected to death, mutilation, rape, slavery.
Tap, guys.
All the
Tap,
ugly
tap,
things.
tap,
You
tap,
were
please.
the oppressor, bitch. If
Tap,
they called
tap,
you
tap,
a
tap, tap.
cracker, it's because it was the truth. And that hurts your white fucking feelings. And that is weird to me.
Wow, she's losing it already, and it's not even 12.
Weird as fuck.
Not even 12 o'clock. This is live, yep. Well, you know what, Emma Rose, if you've ever been called that in a negative context,
Honestly, I read through the chat fast this morning and I put my reply on how there is historical backing to white slurs as well. This was a fucking argument about fucking racism between fucking white people. I said there was no historical context behind the word cracker, but there is. I posted it.
Wait, so now she's saying there is I'm so confused.
Is everyone not allowed to view things differently?
Did she just change that?
I get
Did
it.
she say now that there is historical?
Snap about it?
She does talk like this in front of.
You can turn the comments back on.
Her grand, yeah.
Fucking weirdos.
Listen, I've been called that term in Maggie's live, and I've been called that term in FWA's live. So, yeah.
So that's how we got here. You guys got your little fucking fragile feelings hurt, and I don't give a fuck about it. I don't. I fucking don't.
You don't care about anything
this is what
say.
you chose to do. You chose to lie and harass people. So that was a choice you made, not a choice that I made. My hate page will be up here in a little bit. I will not stop. I don't care. So do what you have to do. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I've had my fill. Everybody can move accordingly. Absolutely, always.
Interesting.
Hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to share with you, a few people in this chat know I shared it earlier this morning. It's very emotional for me, but my husband and I got to ring the bell yesterday.
You got to what?
Ring the bell, marking the end of his chemo.
Oh, you rang the bell.
We rang the bell.
Oh my God, Shiny.
I cried. He cried. So now we wait and
good for you, Shiny Penny.
pray that it all worked. And maybe this will be the end of our journey. But I know a lot of people in here have.
That's amazing.
Shiny Penny did.
I bawled.
Good for her.
I literally did. It's been a long journey. But yep, we were supposed to last week, but his blood values were not good enough to receive his treatment. So we were praying and praying for this week, and we did it yesterday.
Well, good for him or her, whoever it is.
It's been a long couple to then the diagnosis and the surgery and the treatments, and I broke my ankle right in the beginning of that.
Right.
So, yeah, we had to call on family to help get him to chemo. So, I'm thrilled, just thrilled that we got to ring the bell. Thank you, everybody, for all your comments down there. I can't reply individually, but I love and appreciate all of the support.
I know you're so relieved. I know.
It's nice.
Oh, you get to maybe relax a little bit now.
That's what we're hoping, especially now that the holidays are here. We're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year, because that's when his next scan is the beginning of the year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year, because that's when his next scan is the beginning of the year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the new year. So, yeah, we're hoping he can rest, recover, heal, and start the Yeah, he's got to obviously build his strength back, and he knows it's going to be slow. It got knocked out of him slowly. It'll come back slowly.
Right.
So yeah, I've been pretty much.
Man, if you would have started, you should have came up at the beginning. I probably wouldn't have said anything today. I probably would have just let that go and ended my life.
You got to get it out of your system.
Well, you have no self-control, Pam. That's your problem.
But thank you,
Zero
everybody. I see
self-control.
all of your comments down there. And this group and a few others have been supportive and asked about him and me, and it's meant the world to know there was good people behind us that we're praying this is the end of our journey and not just a milestone in it, but yep, rang the bell. I had no idea how emotional that was. I just didn't.
Oh, I know it was. And now maybe you just get to park it for a couple weeks, Shiny. Park it.
Yeah, because I still have a cast on. It's a much smaller one than the first one. I do still have a cast on, but yeah, he gets to heal. We get a relief from multiple doctor's appointments every week. And now we just get to heal, breathe.
Yes, breathe and relax. And go back to enjoying each other too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Enjoying everything, right?
Yeah, we haven't been able to start it.
Right.
Once his immune system got knocked back from the chemo, and once I broke my ankle, I couldn't drive. So we just kind of stayed at home and, believe it or not, watched TV, Hallmark Christmas movies.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, it's just we both fall asleep at different times and the next one was on, and the plots are all pretty much the same. Girl in distress meets guy, and they live happily ever after in some kingdom or whatever, but
yeah, the plot's always the same.
It is. Just a girl and a guy change. Sometimes they don't. Just a girl and a guy change. Sometimes they don't.
That's her.
Just a girl and a guy change.
That's her wireless, by the way.
Oh, look me up. I don't want to say too much. Message me.
Welcome in, everybody. We're listening to
I think I read that we were being streamed, so
you're right.
I don't want to say too much, but message me, Farrah.
Yeah.
And I still need to message her about our trip next year, so I will definitely get in touch with you, Farrah.
I think I agree with Farrah, though, Shani. I think you should do something like that. I think you should do something and have fun and something to go out together and enjoy life. And I think it's a really good idea.
But we need it. I mean, since March with his accident and then his diagnosis and his treatment and everything, it's been a rough year. But we're almost in November, so Thanksgiving's around the corner. We have Christmas, and then next year my daughter's wedding. So we have some good things to look forward to. Yeah.
Look forward to, exactly.
Yeah. And they're the ones that pitched in and helped with transportation and stuff once. And he became my driver. They joked it was driving Miss Daisy. Like, shut up. I'm not that old.
That was a good movie, though.
It was a good movie, but I am not that old. I get they were my chauffeur, but I'm not that old. But yeah, that was the standing joke when they would have to take me somewhere. Okay, driving Miss Daisy, hop in.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, man, hold on. Let's see what this lady's talking about.
Daisy, hop in.
That's hilarious.
Oh, God.
Congratulations, Shiny Penny.
I know, right?
We're very happy for you.
Great, so they know my husband's done with his cancer treatment too.
Wait,
shame on that.
This is Scammy Pammy Thinks Riots.
Oh, hey, Fats Domino. You look hungry. Here.
Hold on. What does that thing say?
That's disgusting. People are starving without food this next month. And she needs to make a joke about that.
Because did
No,
she
Shiny
make a
Penny,
video
you don't
about
even
me
know.
saying the number one reason for jail and prison riots happens over food?
Yes,
It's
because
supposed to be?
that's what you said,
I don't
Pammy.
know.
That's what you said last week.
Who dis? Oh, it's Nikki.
Oh, here we go. Hey,
Scammyclaus,
tell us about the
is Scammyclaus streaming?
Tell us about the flu,
Yes.
Tell us
Scammyclaus, I seen your little
Tell us
video
about the flu.
that you made, and you said that I should say something to Florida Man about him making fun of somebody's heart condition. First of all, I didn't know nothing about that, and I did say something to him in private. Second
In private, of
bitch,
course.
why are you even coming at me like
In
that?
private, of course, Queen Witch, because you can never say anything to
So for
them
you to
on
even say something
live
like that is really fucking
because you're a
hilarious.
weak-kneed bitch. Because you don't want to be in public questioning him.
And so we're going with
So
your
nice
cardiac
try.
arrest was your karma.
Uh-huh.
And then we doubled down with at least I don't stick things in my arms.
Yep.
That's
Oh yeah, because
she's a good
Queen Witch
person.
doesn't say anything
Makes
bad to
sense.
anybody. Shut
You
the
folks
fuck
about
up.
comments about you being
Shut the
hungry now.
fuck up.
Me
A lot
right
of
now?
people are
Shut
going
the
out.
fuck
It's not
up.
funny.
Both of you. You're the biggest hypocrites.
I'm not hungry.
Biggest
In fact,
fucking hypocrites.
the things that you guys don't know about me, Christ almighty.
Biggest fucking
That's what's so
hypocrites.
crazy. I love being hungry.
So Queen Witch,
guys
you
don't know
allow
anything
him to
about
say
me.
shit
It's so weird how you
about
turn that
everybody
stuff,
on
like
live and
how
put that
people
out in
come to the
public,
internet and talk
but
about
you're a
children.
weak-kneed bitch
Here's
and you
what's
don't call
crazy
him
is I
out
did
in
hear
public.
her
Nice try.
say that when I said about food banks and my granddaughter, right? And her saying, "Oh, Pammy, they don't have the food you prefer at food banks, Pammy." Wasn't never talking about me. In fact, from the beginning, I said I didn't give a fuck about myself. Right? I didn't give a fuck about me.
This is Scammy
I
Pammy.
have a raging eating disorder. Raging. Okay, that shit is going to take over so quickly. I am never going to cry about missing a meal. My body
Right.
is just going to love
Everyone
that.
gets to get
When
called
I come
out
here and talk
and
about
people make
children
shitty
that are
comments in the
food
comments,
specific,
but Queen
not
goes
just
behind the
my
scenes and talks
grandchild,
to him.
but
Shut up.
hundreds and thousands of other children like her, right? That only eat very specific foods. And the fact that you, ma'am,
Ooh,
think
here we
that's
go.
funny, ma'am,
Ooh,
think
here we
that's
go.
funny and something
Here
to
we
make
go.
fun of is
Ooh.
fucking sickening.
Ooh.
We're talking about children, Scammyclaus.
Yeah, we
Children.
are.
Didn't you
Children.
used to be a teacher?
Children.
Didn't you used to pretend to care about
Yes.
children?
We're talking
once in
about
your life?
children.
That's what we're talking about, Scammyclaus.
No, we're talking about
Children.
your child that you bring up all the fucking time on this app. And then you say, why do people have to talk about my grandchild? When you talk about your grandchild all the time, guess what, dumbass? My son is picky at eating too. There's stuff he doesn't like. He won't eat pasta because he doesn't like the texture of it. I'm cutting out and gutting pumpkins today. You know why? Because he doesn't like that slimy stuff in there. But you know what? That's fine. You work the fuck around it. You don't make a federal case about it. You don't list all the things that he doesn't like or he doesn't like to smell because it's no big fucking deal. I don't want sympathy for it.
Yeah, it's going to get bad.
You know, I put that thing out for if anybody that follows me and all that is in need after tomorrow of groceries, hit me up. I will absolutely help you out. Pammy though, she could suck a big one. Because if she came to me and said, "Can you please help me?" I would tell her to go F herself. Because you know what?
Food banks are shutting doors.
Quick.
I could care less about her.
We have two in my area. One's done shut the doors. The other one's on the verge.
Well, then you live in a shitty community that doesn't donate food.
Realize
And that should say something about the people you live around. I'm sorry.
To cover the gap.
People donate food all the time where I am in most of the areas of my state. I know a lot of people are on here say that they give to food
For
banks.
assistance that rely on those fucking food banks. Now, we're going to take those and we're going to dump 40 million people on top people.
I absolutely feel horrible for what is about to happen. Okay. With all of this. And you know, whatever political side you're on, I really don't care. The bottom line is that there is a way that this food stamp money could be released and nobody would lose food. Okay. And that 100%, and you guys can research it, is on the president. He can sign something off that says release that money, just like he did with air traffic. And what, there were a couple areas that he released money to for payment. I want to say it was military and something else. Okay. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. And that's fine. And that's fine. And, you know, people can go back and forth and say it's Democrats, Republicans. The problem is nobody's doing a damn thing. Okay. Number two, again, and I've said this a million times, and you've heard Pam say it herself. Okay. She can work. She can work part-time in the mornings. She made up all excuses. She said, I can't work because of my all excuses. She said, I can't work because of my granddaughter's schedule. You know, if she has no school, I'm not going to be able to get off work and they're going to give me a problem. That was her first excuse. And then her second excuse was, I'm overqualified. If she was working even 10 hours a week, she would be bringing in enough money where it wouldn't affect her. Welcome in. Happy Halloween. How are you, Mother? You can.
Happy Halloween. Sorry, I had just put something in my mouth when the box came.
Okay. How are you?
Good. Hey, this whole subject just, I know, chaps a lot of people's asses. You know, nobody wants to see this done, obviously, but complaining about it is not going to get anybody anywhere. We
Right.
have working Americans that can't even afford,
Exactly.
their children, their family, and we have to figure it out every single day. We don't just lose our food stamps for a month or two and freak the hell out. Like, this is ridiculous. There's temp jobs, part-time jobs. You make it work. You make it work. You have to. As an adult, that's all we have.
And let me quote what you just said. We have to. Because that's what you do as adults. You do what you have to do.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a sad situation. I get it. I get that people need help. I understand that. There's been times in my life I've needed help. We've all needed help somewhere down the line. No one's been perfect and not needed help their whole life. I don't believe that. But complaining about it is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you nowhere.
And I'm reading some of the comments here. This is specifically, okay? And I've discussed my feelings on this whole thing before. I'm talking directly to Pam. Okay? And I've said it before. There are absolutely people in this country that rely on that 100%. There are people that are disabled that can't work that rely on those. There are people that have kids that work full time, that work 2 jobs, and they can't afford all their food.
Absolutely.
Okay? So those are the people I feel terrible for. Okay? What I don't feel bad for in terms of Pam is the fact that she has made all these excuses for not working when she could easily work part-time to bring in that extra money to make sure her quality of life and her child's quality of life does not change.
And Mama Kay just said it the best. Never rely on the government. Absolutely. They don't care about us. You see what they're doing to people.
No, the government could give a shit about us. Even when there was a Democrat in office, their priority number one is not us at all.
Absolutely. And then someone else said that your guest wasn't directing it towards Pam. I'm not directing it at one person. I understand, the whole Pam situation. I'm just saying in general as a whole, as an American, living here, we have to pull. Yeah, we do have to pull together. This is something we should do as Americans. We should pull together at times. As Americans, we should pull together at times like this. But you can't have people sitting and sobbing and complaining because that's not going to get us nowhere. We have to stay strong. And unfortunately, at a time like this, everybody has to work together.
Yeah, we got to help each other.
Everybody has to work together.
Yeah, we got to help each other.
Absolutely. Look at the military. They're going without pay. I mean, what about them? That's their whole paycheck. That isn't just EBT. That's all their income.
Yep.
This is sad for a lot of people, and I hate to see it being done, but as people, as humans, we need to pull together. We need to stay strong, and we can't have people, straggling behind, on the what if, I can't. It's not going to help us.
Well, if you guys know who the creator Nunya Beeswax is, if you're friends with her, you need to go to her page because she has posted a lot of videos on companies, restaurants that are reaching out to help people during this time. I suggest that everybody goes check that out. Even if you don't need the services, just so you have that resource available to tell somebody who needs it, go to her pages because she has posted a lot of different places that are going to be helping out. So
thank you, Scammy, for letting me come up. Unfortunately, this is a sore subject for a lot of people, and it's sad that it has to be like that. I help my community out as much as I possibly can. I would never, ever let anybody go hungry, especially an animal. Sorry. But I would never. All my neighbors know that I'm here for anything they ever need, and I have always been. So I do what I can, where I can, and unfortunately, as one person, we can only do so much, but do what we can.
Yep, I hear you. Thank you, Mother.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
They said, well, what is the main thing you're looking for out of supports coordination? I said,
so regarding this comment here, absolutely, Pam did make a comment. I think it was last week that said when she was like hitting 2 octaves above her normal voice, and she said, "Do you know what the main reason for riots in prison are? It's the food." So yeah, that's what this little cartoon was about. I mean, we changed food to ramen noodles, but that's what she said. That's what she said. Right. It's not just the food.
Medically complicated.
I mean, I'm sure, the food, we've heard all about it, but I think it probably has a little more to do than the food. All for One has great resources too. Go to All for One's link tree, folks.
That I am in, they get paid their loved one. But see, again, I don't qualify for that. Again, because Gianna's disability doesn't fall under that. See, you're over there talking about things that you have no fucking idea about. That, in fact, is the problem. That lies the problem. Because you've never had a child with a disability. You've never had to rely. When I looked at these two supports coordinators and they looked at me and said, it's really hard to get before care and after care for children that are and nonverbal. Because
This is her
leave?
Wi-Fi is
You're
bad.
physically aggressive. You leave your physically aggressive nonverbal child with. Who? Do you send that child to daycare where they abuse neurotypical, perfectly speaking children? Or do
Wow.
you who cannot
That's an
speak
overall blanket
with
statement.
aggressive behaviors, so when they hurt her, she is unable to then come home and tell me? Or do I bring that person into my home
Wow.
and let them abuse her here? I don't know, Scammy. Which one would you tell me?
I'll tell you what you should do. First of all, daycares don't abuse every single child like you're making it sound out to be. Nice try on that. Maybe you should.
Which
I don't know.
one would you tell me to do?
I'll tell you what to do. What you need to do is you need to go and you need to do your fucking research, because I'm sure there's somebody in the state of Pennsylvania that is educated and equipped to help children like yours. You're trying to tell me you're the only person in the entire state of Pennsylvania that can successfully be with your child, which is a pile of crap. A pile of crap.
Thousands of people like me.
Which is a pile of crap.
Oh my fucking
Pile
God.
of crap.
Thousands of people like me.
Which is a pile of crap.
Oh my fucking
Pile of crap. Listen, she can say what she wants, okay? I find it very hard to believe in the state of Pennsylvania there are no organizations, there are no resources for professionals that can help out parents like Pam. I'm sorry. How is it possible that in what seems like every other state has resources for that, but not for Pam? Pam's the only one who can't seem to find one person out of what is the entire population of Pennsylvania. There's not one person, one single person that can either help her hands-on or give her the name of an organization or a person, a professional person that can work with her granddaughter. Oh, there's 13 million in Pennsylvania? Wow.
To have never, probably has never even met an autistic person and has the fucking audacity to sit over there.
Guess what, dumbass? My nephew is autistic. Nice try.
Because when you're speaking about this Scammyclaus, the mistake you're making is it to me. You are making a very big mistake. Because this is not just me. Hundreds and thousands of families go through this. Do you know?
Right, Pep? See, this is the difference between Pam and I. Pam, I don't feel like I need to share. I don't feel like I need to share everything. I don't. My nephew, when he was born, was a normal, everyday little boy bouncing around and all that. And literally, one day he woke up and everything was different. Everything was different. And it was when he was little. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
Used to educate children.
Now let's hear how stupid she sounds now.
I think that has to be the scariest fucking thing.
Yeah, working for 30 years, I know, Pam. You wouldn't understand how that is. It is probably scary to you because you're lazy.
Wait, I wanted to read that comment. What did that comment say? I hate when you guys block it out before I read it.
Right, Diva?
Wait, I wanted to read that comment. Oh, she called me lazy.
Yeah, you are.
Said you were
What
the
did that
queen of
comment say?
crashing out.
You are
Well,
lazy.
that's true.
That's right, Diva? I only needed them. I didn't bark.
She called me lazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
You could.
You are lazy.
Let's talk about laziness.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
You couldn't walk one day. You could not walk one day in my life. Not on your best day.
Sure, Pam.
Not on your best day.
And you know what? You couldn't fucking go to
Not
work
on
for
your best
30
day.
years and deal with a
Just
classroom of
judging by the
25
way
kids
you
for
talk,
each period. Yeah.
This child would whoop your fucking ass. You would be calling everybody
sure.
and their brother.
You notice,
begging them
you know, we've all followed the story with Gabby, okay, and with Cameron and all that. And what are the things that you've heard since C has been out of that household? Like, I've heard comments about all of a sudden he's potty trained now that he's out of that household. All of a sudden he's more verbal since he's out of that household. So you have a child that is not thriving, and you're not quite sure what the reason is. You may have an idea, you may not. And all of a sudden, the child goes into a household where the adults in there are all in on helping. And what happens? All of a sudden, the child starts to thrive. That's all.
job that I had just bought a car with.
You didn't buy it, your
How
husband
am I
did.
going to do that?
Didn't
Tell
your
me
husband
how-
buy it?
Please tell me how I'm
Didn't your
going to
husband
keep my
buy it?
job and care for this child.
Didn't your husband
Nobody
buy the
could do
car?
that. You know what they did? They said, here's your Social Security, here's your fucking food stamps, here's your Section 8. Sorry we couldn't help. Sorry we couldn't help.
Yeah. Okay, Pam.
Sorry we couldn't help.
Right, Morticia Adams. But she was willing to move to Gaza.
Just talking about me, you dumb fucking whore. You're talking about hundreds and thousands of people.
No, I'm just
that
talking about you.
Get resources to
I'm
just
talking
take care
about you,
of their
Pam.
child.
I'm talking about you only. Because I don't hear other people on here bellowing like you do on a daily basis. Nice try, though, Pammy.
The level of ignorance in that woman is unmeasurable. Like, and how people listen to that and think it's okay.
Yep.
I'll never know. The level of ignorance in that woman is unmeasurable. And how people listen to that and think
Pammy,
it's okay.
get a job.
I'll never
Show
know.
the receipts. Pammy, get a job. Show the receipts.
Annie, move along, Scammy.
Pammy, get a job. Show the
Hey, Gigi, you know what? This is so crazy. You're so pressed about how the fuck. Okay, so Gigi, yeah, I did do that. So you tell me, Gigi, what I'm supposed to do, right? When I go to apply for that part-time job, which I did, because you think.
Oh, so now she did apply for a part-time job. Huh. So I can't work because of this. I can't work because of that. Wow, that sounds like Sean, doesn't it? I can't work because I'm a liability. I can't work because I have a muscle pull. But then he applied for 3 jobs beginning of the year. So now she applied for a job. Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. Right. She talks about how hard it is with one kid, but us teachers have 30 kids all day. Yep. I had anywhere from 25 to 30 kids in a class, 6 periods a day. And remember, since my classes were considered specials, right? The kids all had to take them, which meant every kid had to take them. And it was kids of all different levels educationally. I had kids in there that were autistic. I had kids in there that were dyslexic. I had kids in there that were sight impaired. I had kids in there that were hearing impaired. I had all sorts of kids. Handling all of that at one time, teaching and being successful. So I'll tell you what, Pammy, you want to talk about how I wouldn't be able to do what you do? I guarantee you I'd be more successful than you. That's all I'm going to say. But nice try. Oh my God, 32 first graders. Wait, did she just say what happens when she gets sick? What happens when she gets sick? Meaning her granddaughter, if that's what she means, you do what every parent does. You stay home with your child who's sick. We're not recreating the wheel here. What happens when the caregiver gets sick? So maybe you can get another caregiver, since I'm sure there's not only one in the state of Pennsylvania that can help out.
And started talking all her shit, right? And Trina got up in the box. Trina got up in the box and bold-faced lied. Bold-faced lied.
Like
Told
you did.
Sunshine that I took a box and Breeze lied. Or just lied anyway. I just want Trina to know, because I know Trina's still listening. Trina, I did in fact give Queenie your fucking phone number. I absolutely did. I'd do it 100 fucking times again. Just so you know.
Wow.
If you just were wondering how the fuck that bitch got your fucking phone number, it was this bitch.
Isn't she
this
classy?
Bitch gave it to her. And I hope that she fucking stuck it to you
Classy.
for riding up by her house and taking fucking pictures. Because, bitch, had that been me, I would have whooped your ass on camera.
Of course you would. Of course you would. Because that would be the mature thing to do as a parent with a kid, as she just said, is nonverbal and is physical. Because the best thing you can do as a parent who's caring for a child like that is put yourself in harm's way, where either A, you might get seriously injured and end up in a hospital where you can't take care of said child, or you get arrested and put in jail where you can't take care of said daughter. So, very weird thinking on that part.
Cops. I hate cops. I don't like cops. In fact, you know when I started not liking cops? When I worked in jails. Jails made me not like cops. Working in jails made me not like cops.
Why did you leave that job, Pam? Is that because of you had to change your lifestyle with your family? It's your GD.
It's Kimmy, Becca Lynn. It's Kimmy. Kimmy has mental health problems. Kimmy has all these problems. Doesn't like, but wants to be all involved in the horse shit.
She
also
is.
Something that fucking confuses me. Oh, whatever, Kimmy.
You know what? It's funny. It's like I start talking about Pam and look at what the hell happens on my lawn. Tell me this doesn't tell you everything you need to know. All the fucking blackbirds start coming around. Mm-hmm. They heard that. They heard her talking, and they were like, "Fuck this! Let's go over and see what it's all about." Yeah, I think definitely, definitely, Pep.
We're gonna have a talk today.
Oh Jesus.
We're gonna have a fucking talk today.
Okay, let's hear the talk. What is the talk?
Monroe County in Sandy Hook, Connecticut.
Wrong. Wrong.
Oh yeah, Stephanie. I don't like you. I don't like you. This is an enemy of the enemy shit, but I just wanted to let you know that Kimmy dug up your entire fucking family. I have pictures of your son. They tried to make him a pedophile. They were
So why do you have his pictures there? Why do you have his pictures? Right, who does she like?
She posted your fucking dead parents and all the things, man. Kimmy thinks she's in the background, but Kimmy does some fuck shit too.
But Pammy, my question is this: why do you have all of that information then? Why do you have the information? You know what you could have said? You could have said, "I don't want that information. I don't need it." But you didn't. Interesting.
Kimmy is the one that made that page on Stephanie and posted her dead parents. Everybody knows that. Everybody in the group knows that.
Guess what? Guess what, Pam? Do you remember when Miss Sunshine was putting out information on me and she showed my father? And you were okay with that. In fact, you gave it the stamp of approval. So again, what is it? It's only okay if it works to your benefit. But if you want to call somebody out for something terrible, then it's not right? I have no clue who Kim is. Wow, that makes sense, Pam.
Fern, Kimmy, me, Unhinged, and I want to say Breezy. And there were people in the group.
Guys, I have to roll out the garbage to our driveway. So I'm going to keep this going, okay? I will be right back.
But you absolutely did do that. I know, Kat, I miss you so much. I miss you so much. I know you're so busy, though. All right, Monroe Public School website. We know it was you, Kimmy. Everybody knows it was you, Kimmy. You can't even hide about that. Even your friends know. Yeah, Hillary doesn't lie about fuck all. And yeah, you definitely did do that. Okay, Monroe Public Schools, 203-452-2860. Hold on, I gotta message somebody really quickly. She was in that group. She knew that everybody knew you did it, Kimmy. Stop. God. That was in the mod chat. That was her and Sunshine. Sunshine found all the information and then found all the information and then found all all the information, and then Stephanie's dead fucking parent. I was there, you dummy. And I wasn't the only one there. I wasn't the only one there. See, Kimmy, the problem is other people than me know it. So it's the problem you have. Other people than me know it. Because it, in fact, was somebody else that came to me and let me know that you did that and wanted me to come to you and tell you, oh, baby, show me proof of anything that you said. Yeah.
I'm sure she wasn't the only one. You know, as I was walking to bring out the garbage, what Pam has been threatening to do and what Florida Man has been threatening to do by calling the place I used to teach, it would be like me calling the prison that she used to work at. And telling them what she's doing on the internet. I mean, that's what she's got to realize. Because what would be the point of that? They'd be like, who the fuck cares? She hasn't worked here for years. It's the same thing, Pamela Ding Dong. See, a lot of people, I mean, I don't know why and how they don't understand that. But, you know, they're not very smart. What do you want?
If you didn't hear what I said, sorry for your luck. If you didn't hear what I said, sorry for your luck.
And the whole time, okay, Bilal is sitting in a box. Now, we know
Shouldn't
that,
be like that.
You know, he does not understand English very well. So he's sitting there and...
Also, they ask for...
why do you think he's sitting there?
Recordings and proof of this Scammyclaus. Don't you worry, your bulldog little head. I have it.
Okay. Okay. What is she claiming? I didn't
record it.
I didn't hear it. What is she saying she's going to do now? Let me guess. A lawsuit?
Let's go to administration.
Oh, she's going to look like an idiot.
What up, apple juice?
She's going to look like an idiot.
We could have done that, we could have done that, Shiny. We could have done that, but they didn't want that, so.
Do I know,
Staff director.
do I know Pammy? Yes. Yeah, that's the school district I used to work in. Strongly worded emails. Woo!
Staff director. Oh, well, here we go.
They're going to retroactively fire me 3 years ago. Oh my God, I'm so scared.
All right. Let me get a pen. Write down these numbers.
Oh my God.
203.
Yeah.
452.
Yep.
2860.
Okay, good. What's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one, Pammy?
Well, Beckeline, I'll tell you this.
What's the next one?
You know, sometimes
What's the next one? Come on.
I can have respect
Ooh.
for people, and it can...
You know what the best part is? When people have been in touch with the FBI person that's looking into the whole Pammy thing, she made it clear that if Pam threatens anybody, especially us, the people that have given out information regarding the investigation of her. She said that if she threatens you at all, please, let us know. Oh, they know. They know this is not the first or the second time that Pam has threatened to do this, so. Right. Yes. But see, again, I mean, what is going to happen? Like, she doesn't realize it doesn't matter. What is she going to do? Like I said, it'd be like me calling her former boss at the prison. They'll be like, I don't fucking care. She hasn't worked here for 4 years, 5 years. What do they care? I haven't worked there for 3 years. They don't pay my pension. So good luck with that, Pammy. She's on pause right now, just so you know. This whole morning where she's been bitching for the last hour, she could have been working somewhere for an hour and made enough money to buy her granddaughter some chicken fingers, some Tyson chicken fingers. I think that's the ones that she likes. But no, she would rather stay on live and do all this bullshit.
Mama. Are you there? Everybody good?
I'm good.
So, Becca Lynn, did you hear anything I said? Because I think my screen went black. So, in my opinion, if you're going
I followed you back, Dodge.
Nursing or teaching or something in that realm, right? And you hold such strong opinions about the parents of disabled children.
No, just you, Pam. Just you, Pam. Just you.
And you're an educator.
3 years ago.
You hold because
3 years ago.
A lot of children that eat off of food stamps, right? So
right.
For you as an educator and your wife being an educator in a school system,
no, I'm not a teacher anymore. I'm not a teacher.
But you want to get on the internet and criticize, make fun of, poke fun at the parent of a disabled child for not being able to provide for them. I think those kinds of opinions should absolutely be shared with their employer. Because for me,
who's my employer?
It really makes it impossible for me to think that you...
Does she realize how stupid she sounds? Seriously. She's been droning on about this now for 20 minutes. You know how she always says, people need to educate yourselves. You need to educate yourself, Pam. You sound stupid.
What I would like to do is make the school system very aware of an educator in their special needs unit, right? Whatever special needs program they have there. This is the opinion of her wife.
Huh?
About the parents of disabled children.
Huh?
That is my fucking duty.
I'm embarrassed for her, too.
That they know that. Because her wife has, in fact, shared her own opinion on my disabled child. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I have proof on all of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's all of it? Obviously, you don't have proof because I'm not working anymore, Pam. Duh. Nice try, though, Pammy.
I'm not doing I don't care if she doesn't work there anymore, Tori. Her wife does. Hold on. I think I have to invite you, Hillary. Hold on. And don't tell me I'm doing too much. Isn't it always funny that I'm the one doing too much? Don't you guys find that funny?
No, you know what? You know what, Pam? You are doing too much. You know why? Because the information that was reported to the FBI was, first of all, your friends. Your friends reported you. I showed screenshots of where your friends admitted that you told them that one of the people in your circle from Gaza was part of H. They reported you. And then they started talking about the GoFundMes, and that's where I came in. And that's where I showed the GoFundMes and the inconsistencies. They reached out to me. What you're doing is trying to character ASAS somebody because you don't like the fact that you were called out for legitimate reasons. That's what you're doing. And you're reaching out and trying to find numbers and trying to validate in your head why it's okay to contact somebody's employer who's not my employer anymore, but regardless. That's what you're doing. And yes, whoever said you are working too hard, you are. You are working too hard.
Can you hear me?
I can.
I just want to say one thing. In the mod chat, the first person to dox anybody was Sunshine, and everybody I think messaged you and said this is not what this chat's about, because I don't believe in doxing. I don't, all that crap. That's just crazy to me. Then I know I messaged you, Breezy messaged you, and Victoria messaged you about the screenshot that Kimmy had put in there.
Hey.
So I wanted to tell a story. See, a lot of y'all know that I also have a disabled daughter. She has autism. So she's been on a lot of programs. There are a ton of state-funded programs through Medicaid and everything that will help your child, including childcare.
Yep.
And most daycares have at least one person on hand who is qualified for special needs children.
Exactly.
Most state-run funded daycares. But I was speaking with one of the, it was when she was in speech therapy, and it was one of the doctors there, or therapists there. And they had said that it's not super common, but it is an occurrence that happens more often than you would think, that you'll have parents of disabled children, and I'm not saying this is specific to this case, to her case, but there are parents of disabled children who, they'll be like in speech therapy or other therapies, and then all of a sudden the parent stops bringing them. And it's not because they don't need it anymore. It's just, and it almost seems like the parent, it's almost like they're getting the benefits they need to get by and pay bills and stuff, but they're not really contributing to the child's actual, improvement.
Yep.
And not taking advantage of the resources that they could. And so you've got people who, instead of getting a job and taking advantage of resources to help with the child, which also those resources for the child care could be helping her while she's there. They help them, they work with them while they're there. So that could even be a benefit to the child themselves for the child care, because just because you're a parent of a disabled child does not mean you're a professional on anything, regarding disabled children. It doesn't mean I know everything there is to know about autism. Because my daughter's autistic doesn't mean I'm qualified to help her in any way beyond just being her mother and supportive and doing what I can. But there are professionals who can. And a lot of those child care facilities have people on payroll that work there that can help them while they're there. So it would be a double edge. It would help her while she's there, and she would be able to work. There's one I know of, and this is a person I know personally. So I've known him for 20 years, and her child was born premature, like at 15 weeks, very
Wow.
premature. So he's been very disabled all of his life. He's been highly autistic. He gets by pretty well though, but he's legally blind, and that's been his main issue. Is he's legally blind, and so he's had a lot of eye surgeries and things like that. But there was always, when a child is legally blind, there's always the possibility, hey, they're probably going to be blind at one point, at some point. You just, and what aches my heart is, and they've always got state benefits and stuff. The mom never worked. She never put him in programs to help him or to socialize him. He just stayed at home all the time. She collected her check, and then, that was it.
Yeah.
She'd get it if he needed like necessary medical stuff, obviously. She'd take care of that, but she didn't go above and beyond. And he's had like 3 eye surgeries in the last year trying to improve his vision, and they're not helping much.
Right.
And he's almost 20, and he still lives at home with her still, so she still gets his benefits and everything, which is fine because she does take care of him. But she has not prepared him at all to live blind. He's 20. He doesn't know Braille. If it were a child could possibly be blind, you should be preparing them that whole time to live blind. But she doesn't want him to be as independent, because then, if he goes out independent on his own, which he could, I mean, he's come very far, then his benefits leave her home.
Yep.
So, there are parents who, not saying they don't love their child, not saying they don't want the best for them, but, they're used to having those benefits always there. And if the child improves and those benefits change, or something like that, there are a lot of instances of that.
There's a lot of cases like that.
Yeah.
There was this kid that that I taught. Probably almost 30 years ago. Okay? This kid had a lot of medical issues, and he was legally blind. And was such a nice kid. I mean, really, really good kid. And, he was, I still remember him to this day. Sometimes you meet a child that has an effect on you. I didn't remember him because of his disabilities. I remembered him because he was hilarious. He was a Yankees fan. I was a Red Sox fan. We used to go back and forth all the time. But his mom didn't want people to help him out. She wanted the kid. Oh wait, let's hear this.
Lord.
I'll be right back.
Bougie better watch out. She's trying her best to be the next Bougie.
Oh yeah.
Of course, she's going to mute it,
Yeah, he did.
to
Yeah.
make it look like she's calling when she probably isn't.
Yeah. But this mother, okay, didn't want to get him any outside help because she wanted him to have to rely on her. And finally, a bunch of us got together, guidance and all that, and we sat down with the mom and we had a talk with her, and resources were able to go into the house and help her organize the house better so he could start, getting his own clothes in the morning, getting himself ready before bed on his own, and it had to do with organizing stuff so he could find it. He did know Braille, so they put Braille up, on all his bureau drawers, things so he would be able to do it. And you're right, though. Sometimes that happens where parents, would rather have the kid rely on them for their whole life.
Yeah. And it's not saying they
Which is
don't
not
love their
fair.
kid. It's just kind of codependency in a way,
All right. This is going to be easier than I thought. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back here in a few.
Oh, she ended? Okay.
Yeah, for someone that's got so much going on, and it's so you don't know how stressful it is. She sure finds a lot of time to just involve herself in everybody's drama online, like constantly.
Yep.
Like if I had that much going on and I had that much to worry about at home, I wouldn't be like going in, talking about this person's life and that just putting myself right in the middle of everything, like FWA and all
I
these other
know, I
things.
know. Well, Pammy, while you're off and you have your phone handy, why don't you call 988 while you're at it? Because I think you could probably benefit from that resource also. Good afternoon, everybody. So yeah, I
And
can't.
I
I
think
can't
I
wait to
saw
hear.
a report about, I can't remember the company name, but it was a big company that was donating like $10 million for people who were not going to be getting SNAP
Oh
benefits
yeah,
for November.
there's a lot of organizations out there.
So yeah, look up if you do need, if that's you're going to be affected, Google, any kind of programs or companies that have, there may be a way to apply for it. I'm not really sure. I want to say it started with a P, but I can't remember the name of it. But there are a lot of organizations and even, corporate companies, stepping up to help out and to donate towards people who are going to be missing their food stamps. If you live in Virginia, they are funding SNAP benefits. They declared a state of emergency and are using the surplus to fund it. So it's one good
I
thing. I'm
think
like, dang,
there
as
will
much
be
as I
other
pay in
states.
taxes,
There will be other states that do that. I think that there's
yeah.
going to be other states, and I hate to say it, but it's probably going to be blue states. I mean, I don't know if Virginia is a blue state or
Well,
not.
Virginia's a Republican governor that did it. So, I
Good.
mean, it could
Good
be
for
both,
him.
but yeah,
Good
it
for
was a really
him.
good move. And really, I think, and this is why I always tell, and I'm not going political because I know people believe different things, but always focus more on your local elections, your state
Yep.
elections, your city elections. Those are the people who are going to have the most effect on your life. And those are the people who are, if they are going to be the people to step up, are going to be the ones to do it. Because the ones in DC on either side,
They're
they're
not
there
going to do
for a
shit.
reason for
Yep.
themselves. They're not going to
They're
do
not going
nothing.
to do shit. They're
So
not going to do
always
shit.
make sure to vote in primaries, vote in midterms. All the midterms are very important because those are usually states and stuff like that. Your local elections, because those are the people who you're going to rely on when the government always,
Absolutely.
never does
That's a good
anything.
point. That's a good point too. Because the states are still supposed to be governed by themselves without the federal government being able to step in and, tell them what to do. So, I'm still hoping that number one, more states will come forward and say, yeah, we're going to fund it, in the 11th hour. I'm
Yeah.
also hoping that in the 11th hour, something's going to happen in our government in the Senate where they go back and they, they put in a stopgap to release those funds,
Yeah. I
because
saw some bill, a couple of them proposed a bill to just fund SNAP, and it was only a single bill. I
right,
don't know if they've even took it to the floor, you know how that stuff goes, but there have been, it was a bipartisan bill by
right,
Josh Hawley and a couple
I saw
others
that.
that
Yep.
was just to fund SNAP only. And whether it'll go to whether they do it or not, I'm
And
not
the
holding my
thing,
breath, but
the thing is that we all understand is that who's being affected here? Everybody. Everybody's being affected. Republicans,
yeah.
Democrats, Independents, Green Party. Everybody's being affected. It's not just one party. You know. Um, so I hope
Because
something goes through. I'm hoping that happens because really, I think that when any Americans get hit with whether it's a payment freeze or something like this, funding gets taken away. I think that the senators should also have something taken away from them, just so
Oh,
they understand
absolutely.
how it feels. You know,
Yeah, and if the government's closed, they shouldn't get paid either. They're still getting
absolutely,
paid, which is ironically
absolutely.
enough. The
I
government
totally,
shut down, but they're still getting paid, so they
I
can hold
agree
it
with
out as
that.
long as they want.
I agree with that 100%. Let them know how it feels, not to be
Hmm.
getting a paycheck. See how
Yep.
that feels.
Absolutely. And we had been on food stamps years ago, and we recently, about 3 months ago, well, about 4 or 5 months ago, had to go back on food stamps because of my husband's issues being in and out of the hospital and stuff, and he hadn't been able to work. And so it's been a huge help to not have to worry about food. And I was really thankful when Virginia did fund that. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful for anything that I get. I'm not going to stand here with my hand out. I work 5 days a week. I'm not going to stand here with my hand out expecting it.
Right.
Like give me money, give me money. But I am very grateful because I know that the money that is going to that came from other Americans that paid into it. And we are very grateful for it. And hopefully, he'll be able to get back to work soon and we won't need to go on it, but, stay on them. But, I'm very grateful for what I get. And a lot of people are. But there are people who just stand there with their hand out and just don't expect to have to work or anything. Just, well, give me money.
Yep.
And it's sad, but I mean, it
And
still
remember
doesn't
what
take in.
Breezy is saying and what I'm saying is we are not against people receiving government help at all.
No,
At
heck, I do.
all. But as with anything, there are people that take advantage of the system. We've seen it with Sean. And, as I said, it's just very funny today how 2, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, Pam was saying that she can't work because of this reason and she can't work because of this reason. And she's still sitting there with her hand out, getting money from the government to help. But now all of a sudden she said she applied for a job. I mean, that's the part that doesn't make sense to me. And she's
Yeah,
one
I highly doubt she did.
that I feel sits there and, we've heard her, her feelings on the government. And we know how much she doesn't like our country and all of this stuff. But she is willing to keep her hand out still when she is bashing the country, when she is bashing the president, when she's bashing politics, when she's bashing everything. She still has her hand out, snapping her fingers, gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah. And you can still love your country and want better for it. You don't
Absolutely.
have to hate your country to say, you know what, things are bad, things are wrong, and we need to fix them and stand up and say, I don't agree with this. This needs to be better. This needs to be done, and still love your country. To completely just bash your country as a whole, is completely different. Democrats, Republicans, people who are out here protesting for things aren't, most of them aren't people protesting because they hate the country. They're protesting because they love their country and they want things to be better for the people in it.
Yep. Exactly. Sammy's still
It's
not
just,
live. I'm keeping an eye on her to see if she goes live because I can't wait to hear what she says.
oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah. She has.
Is Pennsylvania a two-party state when it comes to calls? I wonder if she'll record it.
I don't know if it is or not. I do believe Connecticut is.
Okay, Scam may know. She's in Pennsylvania, I think. She may know.
Let me check to see if Connecticut is.
Yes, two-party state. So yes, if she records it, that's not good. She would have to have their permission because they are not officers, so they're not. They do have privacy rights.
In Connecticut, it's only a one-party state. Hold on. Hold on.
So I wonder if it matters for both states or just one.
I don't know. I don't know if it is based on where the call is coming from or where it's going to.
Yeah.
We'll see. We shall.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'll be in the comments and but yeah, look up and if anybody, if you're going to be affected, Google, there are companies and organizations who are helping. It may not be as much as you're used to, but any little bit helps. Because I know a lot of food pantries are probably overrun. And if you are someone who is blessed in your life and you're able to donate to a food bank right now, this is a perfect time to do it. Our food banks are up and going. I know my parents' church does a food pantry, and they've been stocking it all like for the last 2 and 3 weeks, overstocking it. So a lot of them have been preparing for it. So go to your food banks if you're able to help them, help them. But look up on Google if there are any programs that are being offered by private or public companies or organizations that are helping. And like you said, some of these states, maybe they'll step up last minute and,
let's hope.
put the money in.
Let's hope.
You can only
Thanks,
hope.
Reese.
Thank you, Scammy.
All right, let me change my picture here so we can. I'll stay on a little bit longer to see if Ding Dong is going to come back on. Let's put this one back. It's a good one. So tonight at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, I am planning on having a spooky story night. Spooky story night, woo! Where I will be reading a chilling tale in front of the fireplace with the pumpkins lit. So if anybody is interested in a scary bedtime story, join me at 10 Eastern tonight for a very scary story. And make sure you have a blankie. Some of you may need a binky because it is a scary one. And no, I'm not reading, I'm not making up stories about like Sean and stuff like that. So I think a lot of people thought I was going to be doing that. No, I'm not doing that. This is actually a story that is a little creepy. So I will be doing that then. Again, guys, if you need help, please look up Nunya Business. Okay, Nunya, or is it Nunya Beeswax? Let me see here. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm giving you the right name. Hold on. Nunya Beeswax. Thank you. Let me pin this. So take a look at her page, okay? I pinned it. She has been posting a lot of companies, grocery stores. I think DoorDash is involved. A bunch of places that are helping, with people that are in need of food. So please make sure, you do that. And get the help that you need. As I said, also, I posted something. Reach out to me. It's going to stay between me and whoever. It's not going to be put out there. Let me know if you need anything, okay? Because nobody should be, going through a time like this, as tomorrow. Yeah, that's a possibility too. I still don't see her live. So I'm wondering if she's even going to come back on live. My guess is she will not, because I think when she calls there, she's going to realize, oh, they really don't care. And, she doesn't want to be embarrassed like that. Am I dressing up Ruby for Halloween? No, I have tried to put like Christmas hats on her. in the past. She is not, hold on, Tiff. She is not into that stuff. She's
Okay.
into that stuff. Hi, Tiff.
Hey, question.
Yes.
Angry or happy holding a list? A naughty list. Angry or happy holding a naughty list?
What do you mean?
I need to know angry or happy. Would you be angry with a list in your hand?
I
Or
would
would
be
you?
angry with a naughty list because
Okay.
people that are naughty piss me off.
Okay. I just needed to make sure. I just need to clarify.
I'm
Also,
terrified of what you're doing, by the way.
have you ever felt like you have somebody always watching you?
Wow. And they're in the box seats.
Hi guys.
They can see all over the place.
They see everything. Oh my gosh. Guess what my store, my Walmart grocery store finally had?
What'd they have? Hazelnut creamer. Oh, what kind is? Oh, very nice. What flavor is it? I can't read it
Coffee.
backwards.
It's coffee.
What flavor?
Toffee.
Coffee flavored creamer?
No.
Oh,
Toffee.
toffee. Oh, okay.
Yeah, toffee. The
Nice.
accent's different than mine. And then I also scored this.
Very
Um,
nice.
but one of my very long time close friends here surprised me yesterday because we had this whole Harry Potter experience where they set up like real scenes from the movies and there's like real props in the movies. And he knows I've been in pain. Like look at this from my last IV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He knows I've been dealing with a lot, so him and his wife surprised me with a VIP pass to the Harry Potter experience. So I can go any day that I choose to go. It's not a
Wow.
set time.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna go on the third is what I'm aiming for. So, but
Nice.
yeah, so I have to get back to doing my secret. Um, nobody
Nice.
knows, so you can ask around. Nobody knows.
I'm terrified, but I'm also mildly excited. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thanks,
I'll
Jeff.
see you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get off here for a while, and if Angry Bird gets back on, I think I will come back on. But because I do have a couple things I need to do around here, like gut the pumpkins. So I'm going to get off here. Again, if she comes back on, I will hopefully catch her. I know there's a couple people in here that have that text me. So those people, if she comes back on and I'm not on right away, if you can text me, I would appreciate it. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. If I don't see you in a little while, I will be on tonight at 10 Eastern for Scary Story Time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody else. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.